Hey guys, Jamie here, keeping it koi. Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, welcome. I hope to earn your subscription today. So in today's video we're going to be taking a closer look at some BHM. That's not Bakki House media. We're talking about BioHome media. BioHome media, if you guys follow Richard, the pond guru, he talks about it an awful lot. I also know it's recently sponsored by, or now used by, CWD, Carl from CWD, the pond building company. He uses it quite a lot. But I have a small box of BHM here that's been sent to me by one of my lovely subscribers. Now in this box is 4 kilos worth of media. Now me personally, I think this is probably one of, if not the best filter media on the market. Now the reason I feel this is because in this little tiny box, now it is a tiny box, it's not very wide, the box, not very long, but in here is 4 kilos worth of media. Now if that was Bakki House media or CSM, the sort of cheaper versions of that, 4 kilos of that would take up a much bigger space. Whereas there's 4 kilos of this stuff. Well, this is what it looks like. It's a fully ceramic media, really porous, hair in my mouth, really absorbent. But yeah, 4 kilos, I mean that isn't gonna touch the space in my Bakki shower. Still need a lot more, but as we all know, I've still got 2 tiers of mainly alpha grog. The bottom tier is CSM, which is very similar to Bakki House media. There is a lot of BioHome Ultra in there as well, which I took out from the fish tank and my old Bakki shower. Eventually I want to replace the alpha grog with this stuff. Now this is an ultimate, this is Ultra, I believe, Bakki House Ultra. There's quite a few different variations. Obviously you've got your BioHome, sorry, not Bakki House, BioHome. You've got your standard BioHome, your BioHome Ultra, your BioHome Ultimate, and I think there's one other one as well, but they're all slightly different shades. Now, I'm going to show you why I believe this to be one of the best medias on the market. Not only because you can fit an awful lot more in a small volume, because of the way this is designed, this can harbour both bacteria, the aerobic bacteria and the anaerobic bacteria. So if you have enough of it, this media alone can help you complete the full cycle of the pond, because it can get rid of ammonia, nitrite and nitrate. So let me pause you here. I'm going to show you why I believe this to be one of, if not the best media on the market. Catch you in a bizzle. Right. So I've set up ready for my little experiment to show you, but there's a couple of reasons why I think this is better than Bakki House media and CSM. Is one, it doesn't have a great big hole through the middle. Now that obviously makes the media take up an awful lot more space without actually having any media in it. Whereas this obviously has no giant hole through the middle, and the pores in this are 10 times smaller than they are in Bakki House media and CSM. So that's what helps hold both sets of bacteria, your anaerobic and aerobic. But although there's no giant hole through the middle or anywhere else on it, it is still extremely porous, and hence why I have a jug of PP sat next to us. Now it's got PP in it, not because of this media, it is brand new media, so I'm not worried about that, but just so you guys can see it better of how porous this is, I was thinking of what can I dye the water with. Well, the only thing I had available was PP, so I've now got some nice purple water just to show you guys. So yeah, not having that hole through the middle and being relatively smaller, you can fit an awful lot more media in the space. But not only that, look how porous this media is. I'm literally just going to touch the tip in the water. Look at that. Just the very tip of that is in the water. And if I held it here long enough, probably about 20 to 30 seconds, if I get my fingers out of the way. That is going to soak all the way up to the top. Now, as you can see, that is an extremely porous media, considering obviously gravity is working against it, and that is now fully saturated and right the way to the very top. And look, it's not even dripping, it just holds the water. So yeah, the pond guru Richard has been using this for many years, and it was because of him that I've already owned quite a fair bit of this. But yeah, thank you very much to the subscriber that has sent me this. You can tell there that is fully soaked through, so as the shower obviously, and you can put it in static beds as well, you know, submerge it, it works well in submersed in water just as well as showers. But with the water splashing and constantly running through it, that will house an awful lot of bacteria. So yeah, at some point, probably not today because I've got some guests arriving shortly. At some point over the next couple of days, you're talking to my chest. Let me stand up, my knees are hurting. But yeah, over the next few days I will be dismantling the top tier and getting this in the middle tier of there, because that's mainly I've literally got CSM in the bottom, and then the top there was the couple of bits of CSM left over, and then all of the BioHome Ultimate that I had left, but mine's the mini fish tank sticks, little tiny ones, so I've got all that in there, but then mainly alpha grog. So I'm going to remove a lot of the alpha grog, and I'll be sticking that in the Bakki shower. Not that they actually need better media, because the parameters are in there are always spot on, but as you can see, they're all happy and looking for food. It's actually quite warm here today. Let's have a look what it is. And so outside the pond, 14 degrees under the pergola. It's probably a bit cooler the other end of the garden, but yeah, 14 degrees outside the pergola, and as you can see, they're all acting their normal happy selves. Let's go and have a look at what temperature the pond is. So I don't know if you can see that there, but the pond is at 6 degrees today. So it's getting warmer. As it is 6 degrees, and they're all up and looking for food, and it's going to be this warm again tomorrow, I may actually give them a bit of food. So I'm going to set you guys down for a second and get some food out for them. Right, well, it's only wheat germ. I know a lot of you guys don't like using wheat germ, but I do, because it means at 6 degrees you can have a little bit. Yeah, the two big chagoys ate most of that, as always. I have to apologise about the glare. This time in the morning the sun's always in the wrong place. But yeah, they're happy and hungry. Let's see if the smaller guys in the net would like a bit. Yeah, not that I think you guys will be able to see these guys come up, but they get a little bit of wheat germ as well. It's just a slightly smaller pellet. So let's see if we can have a butcher's in there. They're all still in there. Don't know if you just saw it then, but down the very bottom there, that is my golden corn. And I've got my kahaku that I got from the show, the only one that survived down there as well. What else have I got?
Got all sorts in there, to be honest. Got a couple of my own grow-ons from last year and a few I've bought. Oh, there's the Goshiki. Don't know if you guys can see it on the camera there, but from Jack and A-Class's grow and show last year. Yeah, there's a few in there. My Goshiki, compared to everyone else's, hasn't grown at all, so I won't be winning anything in that show. By the time we got it, I think it was the end of the summer, and then this pond at that point went right down to about 16 degrees when I got it home, and it stayed there or lower than that, I think, by the time it got into my pond. So yeah, it done an awful lot of growing. Although some of the other ones in there have grown a lot more than he has. So he's obviously just also not a fast grower as well. But we'll have a quick look at the fry. Let me get this open and we'll see how they're getting on. Yeah, they're all loving life in there. Apologies again for the glare. It's that kind of late morning sun at the minute. In fact, look, it's even that warm out here today, look. Honeybee. Can you see that? Gone now. Honeybee out in the bloody, what are we today? 1st of Feb, 2nd of Feb? 2nd of Feb today. Saturday the 2nd of Feb, and there is a honeybee out in my garden. Well, whatever next. Well, these guys, wow, these guys are up at 13.7 degrees. These pretty much follow whatever temperature it is weather-wise. That's pretty much what this pond is. So it does fluctuate, unfortunately, quite a lot, being such a small exposed vat. And they've not had the lid open very much lately, but as it's 14 degrees, they can have a bit of their normal food today. Only a little bit, because it's still quite high protein. But you know, they won't come up for it while I'm stood here. So I will come back to them in a bizzle. There you go, so if I sneak up nice and carefully, it's sitting there, munching away. And then I spooked it off again. Yeah. This cover's down pretty much 24/7 to keep the heat in. It's already dropped by 0.1 or 2 of a degree, and it's only been open 20 minutes. We will put them back to bed, keep the heat in, and now I'm going to go and get ready for my visitors. Yeah, we'll catch you in a bizzle. Before I do shoot off though, just to say again, if you haven't got any and you want to try out a decent media, get hold of some BioHome Ultra or Ultimate. Ultimate, I believe, is the slightly better one. But Ultra isn't far behind, and this stuff is absolutely fantastic. It really, really is really good to help try and complete that full cycle within your pond. So if your pond is great with all other parameters except for nitrate, try changing some of your media in your showers and things to BioHome. It really, really does work. But yeah, on that note, I'm going to go and get ready to expect some visitors. You'll probably know who it is depending on what thumbnail I'm going to put on, but we'll catch you all in a bizzle. Hey guys, back again. So just thought I'd take this opportunity while we're waiting for the guests to arrive to look at the comment of the day. So comment of the day on the last video was from Gavin Bucknall, who said, "Always enjoy your videos. Sorry to hear about the glider, dude. Losing pets is never easy." To which it is not, and thank you very, very much for your support. Your pond build videos help me, as you know, and you have indeed earned my subscription, so keep up the good work, dude. I will certainly try my best, Gavin, and again, thank you very, very, very much for your support. It means an awful lot, and to be honest, that is what doing these videos is all about, helping each other out in the Koi community. I'm glad my pond build videos helped a few people out. I'm hoping my next little pond might do the same, so it won't be in as great a detail as what this one was, because I want to get it done
quite quickly once I start, but I will try and get as much detail in as I possibly can, so if anyone else wants to build a little brick pond, they can see how I did it and what I'm doing. So on that note, we will catch you in a bizzle. So the guests are going to be here within the next sort of 10-20 minutes, but I've decided to make the kitchen smell nice for them. Baking cakes. Blondies. That's not the reason that I've turned the camera back on. While I'm waiting, I've received another delivery. So let's stick the camera down here. So received a delivery from CWD and left it open. You'll probably, as there's been quite a few other people mention that they've got hold of some of this. And if you follow CWD on the old pond builds that he does, sleeper ponds, he can do other ponds as well, but his videos are mainly sleeper ponds. Yeah, it's worth following. Similar to sort of my pond, although he lays his sleepers flat, but sells kits, so you can actually buy a full kit. Everything's numbered, almost like a flat pack kit. Everything's numbered, so he shows you exactly where each bit goes, and you put it together yourself. So yeah, great idea. But what he's given me is some the My Pond MS 300, and he's asked me to do some tests. Now, if you do follow his channel, you'd have probably seen his last couple of videos. He's been testing the bonding strength, shall we say, sticking two sleepers together and see how much weight it takes to pull them apart. I'm going to be doing some slightly different tests with this stuff. Bless his heart, he sent me 4 or 5 of these to give it a go, and my testing that crossed my mind is I'm a stickler for CT1. Now, CT1 to me is the best silicone ever invented for pretty much all jobs. I use it as a handyman constantly, and compared to other sealants I've used on the ponds, to me, I mean, obviously this is the first pond window I've fitted, but I've used it quite a lot to seal liners and things like that in, but it's the first window I've put in with it, and CT1 to me was perfect and worked really well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this to the test against CT1, which is probably most people's go-to for ponds. Obviously this one, the MS 300, put that to the test as well, and put it up against HA6, which is another big go-to that a lot of people use for ponds. Me personally don't like HA6, found it doesn't stick very well personally, but other people swear by it. So I'm going to put the 3 of them to the test. I'm going to come up with several different tests to see how they go, and we'll see who comes out on top for the 3 of them. Now, I don't know when I'll get that video done, because I'm going to do lots of tests throughout a good couple of weeks and put them all into one video to make it watchable, basically. So yeah, stay tuned for that. If you haven't subscribed already, hit the subscribe button and you'll be able to see that. But yeah, I'm going to get this cake finished, and then they should be here. Catch you in a bizzle.
I say he's never going to write another book. I've read them all, and he's never going to write another book.
So we're all by the pond, as you saw by the mug. Let's have a look who's here. So hello, Keith.
Hello, Keith.
Hello, Keith. Hello, Scott.
Hello, Scott.
Hello, Scott.
So I've got a giggle.
Hi, Dave.
Sorry, bonjour.
No, we're just sitting by the pond having a good old chinwag, but they are going to be leaving shortly, so there's...
I need to fart.
Dave needs to fart. There's not too much footage of them being here because we've just been waffling. But they've been here for a good few hours. So
I'll fall through, I really am.
we will catch you all later. So yeah, they've gone home now. All gone. As usual, when people are here, never get much filming done. Just end up sitting and chatting for hours and hours and hours on end. But I think Dave wants a drum. Dave wants a drum. I was all very impressed with the clarity of the water, but they've just been fed now, so there are a few bits of food particles left in the water now, but don't get fines in my pond. After they've been fed though, we do get waste on the bottom. But you can see, I mean, that koi down at the bottom there, the pond's nearly 6 foot deep, and he was the other side of the pond. And you've got a problem seeing even the waste on the bottom, and that's what, 10 feet away from us now. So yeah, no, we've had a fantastic talking koi, feeding koi. The fry have all been out. We've netted up a few fry. Didn't even get that on camera. Had a look at these lovely asagis that are from Yoshiki Koi. They do look nice. So although asagi is probably my least favourite koi, I might be putting one in the main pond. Got 4 or 5 really nice ones, so we'll see. But it's getting a bit nippy now. Let's have a look what the temperature is. Yep, down to 10 degrees now. So temperature's dropping, sun's setting, camera's shaking, Jamie's cold. So on that note, thank you all for watching. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel, and we will catch you all on the next one.